Ooh, cha. Ooh, cha. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, cha. Ooh, cha. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, cha. Ooh, cha. Shut my door. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Ooh, cha. Ooh, cha. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Danny, shut my door. Ooh, cha. Ooh, cha. You heard me the first time. You heard me the first 10 times. Can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Thank you for letting me know that you can hear me. Um, just a second. Let me roll up. Let me roll up the screen. Hey, the 185. Hey, M. Renee. Hey, Kim B. Hey, Sincere. Hey, Diddy Love. Hey, CEO Little Boss Lady. Cha. Hey, Rodney. Hey, Prop Money. Well, child, I named this thing, this live. Ooh, child. Guess who got their ass kicked? Y'all know how Duke was running around here when he first got to Texas, like it was a gun smoke him in the middle of the street, and anybody want it, when here I am, and woo, 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 and you want some, and he was calling everybody out in the Mo 3 sector, all the men over there to come out so you can kick their ass. Which about 4 o'clock this morning or 3 o'clock, somewhere around there, I was over at the captain's, and people kept coming in there saying Duke had got beat up. Now I was saying what, and everybody in the chat was saying what, and then the captain was saying what, because he didn't know. Which somebody sent him a picture, a video, a clip of Duke. And child, he got a swole up eye, and up under his eye on his cheek, it's like he scraped. They either scraped the hide off of his face with their fists, or or the concrete scraped his eye. Okay. Now I wonder, since he liked to video everything, Duke. I'm talking to you. I ain't talking to the other people because I don't know who whoop your ass. But since you was running all around Texas having heat strokes and things, and talking about pulling up, and y'all pull up here and messing with them people that was out in the streets over there, you know, going about their day. You out there with a gun acting a fool with that little your sidekick. Where was Flame at? Where was Flame at? Where was Flame at? Where was Flame at? Child. Dude, please drop the video if you got it. I want to see if you got your ass whooped like Woo did. I want to see if they pulled your pants off and shit like they did Woo. Okay. But child, the captain last night showed the video, him his face, and he was like talking with his teeth. He was talking through his teeth, and he was saying, "That's how gorillas and lions do." Um, Gorillas, and the other person was the gorilla, and you was the cat. Child, all that woofing. And I guess he woofed one time too much and wound up with a eye that swelled up. I bet it swole closed today. And the hat knocked off his jaw, off his chin, up under his eye, y'all. Hey, 2300 Jackson Street. Child, alligator mouth with a hummingbird ass. Child. I started to come on up in the morning. I said, no, because I'm sleepy. And then I had to run around YouTube a little bit. And I said, let me go live because the night captain is supposed to do another slideshow, the pictures of different things. And child, he threatening to put Gina playing with her cuckoo on there, y'all. You hear me? Straight like that. He's talking about putting Gina playing with her hoo-ha up there on that slideshow. Now, I'm going to go see that now. I can't go to sleep until I see that shit. Okay. Well, yeah, honey, Captain came on over in the wee hours of the morning, and I was there for it because they left Ducks, because Duck was on a long time yesterday, and then they went, K. Kira was supposed to be going live, and I think Big Lack. Well, the captain just snuck in there. He thought he was gonna do a quick live, honey. That live lasted for hours. You hear me? Over in the wee hours of the morning. And that's how I seen Duke face, child. He was talking through his teeth like this, and that's how it is when a line and a gorilla, I was saying, what? Okay, Emery Knight. I heard that, Colette. I heard that he got just what he was looking for. He was looking all over YouTube, all over Texas for somebody to fight. He was calling out people that ain't even never did nothing to him. And then getting on the panels and saying, they're scared. They knew it was gonna happen. They knew what was gonna happen to them if they came out here. They knew. Okay. He was saying, they better not come out here because I'm gonna kick their ass. Okay. It's Toya Baby. He was saying all this and saying all that. He been doing that. He got in Texas, I think, in April. Sure, hey, you should have left in June like you said you was gonna first do. Cause see, it's like June the what? June the 12th, I think. But see, wait a minute. June the 8th. You should have left June the 1st and see you wouldn't have got your ass whooped. But now you say you leaving in January. That's what you had put out last. So you won't get your ass kicked to January. And it must have not been nobody from YouTube that did it. Now, this is just my opinion, because it would have been out more. Hey, Duke got a Duke in there, my hair. Duke got a swole up eye, and he got the hat knocked off his chin. Now I don't know if they did it with their fists, or I don't know if they, if the concrete did it or what. But I bet he got a black eye today. I bet that eye swole shut, child. Because it was getting there last night. I mean, it was getting there over in the wee hours of the morning when I seen it, child. Yeah, Duke done got he walking around here with a swole up eye and his chin, like in the front of your face, up under your eye. He got the hide knocked off under there. I seen it with my own eyes. I started to go live as soon as I seen it. But I said, no, I'm sleeping. I started doing them short lives too. And I said, no, I can wait. Okay. But child, that's the hottest gossip I got. Now I'm gonna go on and go to my commentary, because I just want to let you guys know what I knew. Okay. And they talking about how them girls over there, they thump, they fight. Dude, don't you get your black ass out there because you got beat up. Okay. Child, bye. Child, bye. I, all that wolfing. And he finally get a fight and lost. But I think he lost like in that. Yeah, he lost when he had that fight in that boxing fight in the Mo 3 sector over at the I think it was at the Mo 3 thing or something. But he got beat up in a boxing match before. Okay? So he's not a fighter. Okay? And he need to quit clowning. But you get hurt worse than you did, yesterday. Now I don't know where you was at, Duke, when you got your ass whooped. But don't you go back over there. Don't go back over there, Duke. Now I'm just telling you for your own good, child. Okay. Hey, Don Diva Sunshine. And another thing I just seen before I went live. Drags and Gags, I think, and Giggles, that channel. And I think that's Diva Tomboyish. She put up a short of YouTube camera. And YouTube cameras was going OFL. I don't know who pissed her off because they runs over her over there and just act a fool with her. And she have to stop her lives and all that because they be doing everything that she tell them not to do. Okay? Well, somebody, I don't know when and I don't know where. Well, I guess it was at her channel because she was talking about that. Well, somebody crossed the line on that lady and she went the hell off. And I think I shared it on my wall if you guys want to hear it. And I went through her lives real fast to see if it was at a live that she still have up because she's done 2 lives in 24 hours. It wasn't on one of them lives. So I think she either put that live in membership or she threw it away. Because, sometimes people come on here and go off and then, let off steam and they get rid of the live. But, honey, she wasn't damn playing. Okay, she tired of them coming over there at her channel and acting a goddamn fool. And then if they get their ass kicked over there, then they blame her. Some people blame the channel holder when they get on these panels and fight. That ain't the channel holder fault. If you don't want to fight, don't get up there. Or if you don't want to fight, if the people jump up there, jump down. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people do that. And I've seen a lot of people do that. As soon as they see somebody they don't like come up there, they jump down. Now, Dimples used to do that a lot, but Dimples don't do that shit no more. It depends. Like Tracy used to do it because she used to have to fight so much. She would just jump out the panel. Because she wouldn't feel like fighting because she fight all the time. So, like I said, it's ways to avoid that where you don't have to blame the channel holder. And a lot of times the person that raised the more hell is the one that started the fight. And when they get their ass body slammed on the panel, then they want to blame the panel holder. They blame Mahia. They blame 357. They blame Duck. It is what it is. That's what people do. But I'm glad she went off like she did because they have been running over that child. After you done been on 4 hours, then somebody get up there talking about everything you tell people not to do on your channel, and you have to just stop the live because they're getting out of hand. See, you don't have to put up that kind of shit. Just drop their ass. Well, hon, let me get back into let me get in my notes because I got a lot of stuff to talk about because my lazy ass did it again. I didn't come on for some days. Okay. Okay. So let me make this big. Okay. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is like something from the world. I get little stuff that's interesting to me and I talk to you guys about it. I want to let you know that Ariana, wait a minute, no. Wait a minute. Wait. Okay, Coco Gauff. She won. This a little black girl, honey. She won the French Open on Saturday. She was down like the first match. The girl beat her 7-6. Okay. Now the second match, the little girl come out. She said, "Shit, I gotta play because I got my ass kicked that first round because they do three." Well, the second round, she beat the girl 2-6. Okay, she beat her ass. Well, honey, that third round, them girls was battling. Do you hear me? And she won six. Wait, 6-4. So she won on that clay dirt. Okay, and the girl she beat was like a Ariana something. Okay, now they had battled before. I think like in 2003, and Coco didn't beat her. She didn't beat her. And this time, Coco used her head, and especially in that second match, and the third one, like she rattled the girl, cause the girl, honey, in between the rounds, she was patting her head on her hip, rolling her eyes across that tennis court at the young lady, and then she was getting mad, swinging her tennis racket, and then she almost hit one of them little boys that get the ball. So, honey, she knew she had her rattle. But one thing I could say about the young lady that lost, she said she beat me. She is a better player. And she said, now we had windy conditions and things like that, but both of us had to fight against the wind. She said the girl just whooped my ass in so many words. And kudos, you know, because when I started hearing her talking about the wind and all this and that, I said, "Oh shit, she finna blame it on everything," but she didn't. She took her ass whooping like a champ. Okay, and this is the first time an American won in 10 years, and that was back when Serena badass was out there. But honey, we got a little Thundercat, 21 years old, from the U.S., and she's African American. Okay, and she ain't nothing nice. Okay, kudos to you, young lady, for winning the French Open. Okay, and another thing I want to say about that, Trump, you can't take that from her because she didn't win that on American soil. Okay, so you can't go in the history and say she didn't win. You can't erase that from the history books like you're trying to do all them black people that died for this country and all the enslaved people. Because hey, he got it now where the History Channel can't even put on nothing about slavery. How the History Channel can't put, but we had slavery in the United States. But see, he don't want that talked about. He got rid of the Harriet Tubman stuff, the them Red Hawks that flew the in the wars, a warship that was named after a black man that did great, took the name off the warship, child. You could take it off, but if somebody gonna have a record of it, just like y'all did with them Egypt pyramids. Y'all say them one black folks, them was everything but black. But when they did test them old bones, them was black folks. And we already knew that. But they tried back in Egypt, they didn't want, when they was overtaking them people with the pyramids and shit, they were knocking the nose off of them because the noses was too big. They did all kind of damage. But one thing about it, when they dig under this earth, they get to see what the black folks did even back in Egyptian day. Can't erase that shit, even though they tried. Okay, I'm getting off that, okay? But I just wanted to let y'all know what happened. And they can't take that from that girl because, like I said, she didn't do that on American soil. Okay. Well, the captain, like I said, he went live over in the wee hours of the morning. And he was in that, because he's supposed to quit drinking and quit cussing. Okay. Well, he started back drinking wine the other day. And he started back cussing yesterday. Okay. Well, he was drinking wine a couple of days ago. And then last night, over in the wee hours of the morning, he went back to drinking tequila. But then he said he put it down. Okay. He was drinking some tequila that his wife had bought from her cruise. And he thought that she just gave him all the liquor when she first got back. But she hid back a bottle and she surprised and gave it to him. So he was sipping on that, but then he stopped. He said he just couldn't do it. Okay. And I guess him and 88 had got into it somewhere. And he said that 88 is mad because every time that she look at their little girl, because they have a child together, that she getting mad because she's looking directly at him. Because the little girl do look a lot like him. His kids look like him, the ones I've seen. So hopefully, I'm just not going to say anything about that because there's they business, but that's what I'm just saying, what he said. I made a note of it. And he drew a Callie's Kitchen. He drew a Candy Asia. And he also got Nurse K on that live he did over in the morning, okay? And he said, because a guy named D Jones got up on his panel a couple of days ago, and he was spilling some goddamn tea. And I was there for it. But then people was getting up there, we already know that and this. No, we did. I didn't know all that. That man he was telling some shit. He was telling on Nurse K. He was telling on several people. Okay. Well, he said the Nurse K, you need to quit trying to flip that shit on him because he tells D Jones got up on the panel and was spilling the beans. He said he dare you to be coming and saying that was his fault. He said he didn't have a shit thing to do with that. He had an open panel and anybody could get up there. And D Jones, honey, he was sending Captain receipts and everything. And see, Captain didn't know nothing about this stuff because he's a newer content creator. A lot of this stuff that's brewing out here in the YouTube streets, and that's in any sector. But if you new coming in, you don't know. And see, the stuff that D Jones was telling him, he didn't have a clue. And he didn't know D Jones is cool with as many people as he or she, well, it's a he, because he did, he'll a he, because he was talking. And I was saying, shut your mouth and keep on talking. And he also said that Nurse K, you could have hit the goddamn link, because he knows somebody somewhere out in YouTube land that you talked to, since you talked to so many people, had contacted you. And you chose to step in the class. Now, that's what he said. And he was telling people, anybody that had something to say to him, they needed to hit that panel. He said he was ready for whatever. Okay? He was in that kind of mood. And him and Callie got into it, and he was calling her a fat, greasy, funky ass. And he was telling her, shut up. No. Wait a minute. Well, he was on Callie so bad, she told him to shut the fuck up before things get serious around here. Okay. I said, get down, Callie. And then they was talking about this. They were talking about that I wasn't in the lab, but on some lab they had a couple of days ago, Asia was really upset and she said the captain was supposed to be gonna marry her and that he cheated on her and he had a baby. And they say Captain looked at like what? And baby, can't nobody cheat on you when they got a wife. And his wife didn't have no baby on you. She had a baby with her husband. I don't get it. These young ladies, they've been fighting, and I mean, they've been fighting all over YouTube over this man. He ain't even with some of them. They've been broke up way over a year. Like Callie Kitchen, he been broke up with her over a year, and she's still out here fighting over. Her and Royalty been into it. Her and Age, it's just everybody into it. But then they'll be cool again. It's the craziest shit you ever seen in your life. Well, Callie was going back at Duck, and let me see. Wait. Callie was going back at him, but I have to get to what Callie was saying. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. And Callie was saying fuck China, and Duck. I mean, Captain was also saying fuck China, and he was calling Asia. Wait a minute, can't no. Well, he was calling Callie Kitchen, and you know Asia. She lost a lot of weight. Candy Asia, she done lost a lot of weight. You know her body looked good. And that China, he was telling them they was fat as hell and all that kind of stuff, and he was calling them some fat delusional hoes. And he told Callie that she was mad at him because he wouldn't take up for her, and he told her she needs to lose some weight. And he said he tell them hoes anything to make them feel special. And then he told Callie that she was talking all that shit. He said, "Hey, me and you kicked it for a year, and we've been broke up for a year, and your ass still around here." And he said, "And plus you just sent me $300 when you got your income tax." I said, "What?" And he said, "All them women be sending him money." And he said, "The only one that don't send him was Royalty because she ain't got shit." And then she hit the pound and she said that she wasn't gonna give him no money and no other nigga money, because she said her money going to her kids. And I feel you on that, child. She said it wasn't going on no damn man. And then Royalty was talking about how Callie had, back, it's been over a year, she was wanting to kill herself, and it, like over him messing with Isha. And I remember that. And then Candy was saying that Asia, because she done moved back in with her parents, her daddy, and her mama, I guess. And she said her daddy still slapped and beat her around. And now this is my damn note that I put in here on my opinion of what I was thinking when all this shit was going on. I said that Captain must have a gold dick because he got them women going crazy. He must got a gold one. Child. But see, you can't let your mind, like if you mess with somebody, they can do it real good, but you know they ain't no good. Because them be the ones that can really do it, okay? You got to keep your mind, because see, that sex is just activity. But if you don't, they're not loving you. They just having sex with you. That don't mean they love you just because they do anything in the bed and do it better than, everybody else you messing around with. Child. Them come a dime a dozen, girl. Y'all got to grow up, young ladies. And good D ain't gonna get you nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You can get some bad D and they help you out, give you money and shit. Okay. But I'm gonna leave that alone. Just and child, while they was up there into it at Ducks, while the women was into it last night at Ducks, a person named Relax with Jessa, Bay. She said them hoes all up there arguing over her man. Do you hear me? She said them hoes was up there arguing. Okay. Royalty, Asia, and Callie's Kitchen. They was up there arguing over her goddamn man. You hear me? And I fell out. Do you hear me? And Callie Kitchen was calling Asia Shrek and Asia was calling Callie Kitchen Fedora. I fell out. Do you hear me? They was clouded over there. And it was so much stuff going on last night that I was bouncing around. And sometimes when I bounce around, I miss stuff. Well, on Ducks, because I was bouncing back and forth when I was talking to you guys about Duck and Captain. But Gina hit the panel over there at Ducks. And Gina was talking about hiring somebody to kick Brandon ass. And then they kept fussing back and forth. And then she said that she was gonna get one man band to fly to Seattle to kick uh Brandon ass. And then her man, like early in the conversation, like before they got to the point when she was talking about getting somebody to kick Brandon ass, her man was in the background, Gina man, and he getting tired of all that hollering and shit. He said she ought to have something better to do than get on this fucking internet screaming and hollering at these people that she don't know. Now I know they probably do get on that man nerve because see he's not a YouTuber. So when he's watching basketball or whatever, she's out here cussing all day and all night, child. Well, Duck asked Gina, you say this man got a business and you say this and you say that about this man that he hard working. Why the hell he got to use your car all the time? Where his goddamn car? Okay. Because sometimes like when she be live, she'll be telling him to go to the store, hear the car keys and all that kind of stuff. And be telling him to come straight back. But Gina, if this man's supposed to be a business owner and shit and got car, why he using your shit? He ain't got no car. That nigga ain't got no car. That nigga ain't got no job. If he got a job, it's a piece of a fucking job. He ain't got no business. Child, bye. You too old for that shit. Okay. Let me speak to some more people. If some more people came in here, I don't know. Hey, pretty black TV. Wait a minute. Child, Gina, you is a mess, girl. You is a whole clown. Wait a minute. Hey, the Beef Sector podcast. I think that's it. What's coming in? Just making sure. Hey, Lady Sparkle, you been being good? No, I know you ain't. Okay. I think I spoke to. Hey, Don Diva Sunshine. I think I spoke to you, but I don't know. But I think I did. But I'm gonna go down. Um. Hey, Zero Lightness. Hey, No Pressure. If y'all don't mind, hit the like button when you come in. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, I got to pull my notes back up. Hey, Brenda, last week they were saying something about you putting the police on cooling, girl. I don't know how true that is or not. I didn't hear it come out of your mouth, but they was talking about out here in the YouTube streets. Okay. Okay. Trying to get back to my notes, child. Brenda, you know Duke got beat up. He got his eye swole up, and under his eye on his front of his face, he got the hat knocked off of it. I don't know if the person did it with their fist, so I don't know if he fell and hit the concrete or something. But uh Captain had him on, a clip of him on his channel last night, and he was saying that he was talking between his teeth, and he was saying this is what it's like when a gorilla and a lion get into. You know what I'm saying? I was saying, boy, man, did you video it? I want to see the fight shit. Okay. Okay, now I went by Deanna's and she lived alive today. Now, I don't know where this happened at, but Cruiser took something, I think that Olivia said on her live, and Olivia said was not talking to her. You know how people, what Olivia do put name, she called names. Well, she did call somebody's name, I can't remember, in her live. And then she started saying stuff about, she had already talked to the person like on her live that she had something to say to, just like I'm talking right now. But then she started talking about other things, and for some reason, Cruiser thought she was talking about her. And so Deanna went live, and she was wanting to know what the hell was going on. And on this live, it was like an old beef sector live, child. It's a good live. I don't know if I shared it on my wall, but Deanna was up there, Olivia, Cruiser, and Vonnie Vaughn fell out the clouds. And Food Junkie and somebody else. A View was a View. And A View was a View was saying, hey, you need to, why you keep saying my name when shit come up, Cruiser? I don't want you saying my goddamn name. And then she was getting loud with Cruiser. And Cruiser was saying, I ain't gonna fight, I don't want to fight you and this and that. And she was saying, well, why the fuck you keep using my goddamn name? You leave my name the fuck out of it. And I was saying, get down, A View. But View don't drag much. But sometimes when she get tired of shit, she'll hit that goddamn panel on you. Okay? And like she said, I be over there in my corner, I be doing my coloring. And, I talk a little bit, but it ain't enough for nobody to come out and just want to fight or nothing. But she said that she tired of Cruiser bringing her goddamn name up. And she said Cruiser been doing it a long time. So we're going to see if Cruiser going to quit putting A View as a View in her mess. Okay? And Cruiser was backpedaling and pussy popping on what she had said. Child, it was a mess. If you said it, you need to say you said it. And then she was saying, well, I thought you was talking to me, and I guess I'm oversensitive and this and that. Girl, bye. Just because somebody talk about somebody that you cool with or talk about them on their channel, you ain't got to come out here swinging. Or just because somebody talk about the crew that you in, you ain't got to come out here swinging. Olivia was talking about Face Yaya, okay? And Face Yaya, she been into it with Sean. Okay, and people have been talking about this, that over, in the beef sector. I had talked about it a little bit, but I don't try to stay on, get too deep into what's going on and, and do a whole bunch of lives on the same shit. I don't want to do that. That's why I be going us elsewhere. Well, Face Yaya is in the crew. And like Olivia called her name because she was discussing her. She didn't want nobody to make no mistake. Well, then she kept on talking, and then Cruz thought she was talking about her. And let me say, I wasn't talking about you, but if shoe fit, shoe fit, put it on. But Cruiser, you backpedaling, you pussy pop. It is what it is. And then Deanna got on Cruiser, because that's her house that Cruiser went to, got on the panel. And she was saying something about her friend Bonnie. That's what Cruiser was throwing out there to Deanna them. And I protect my friend, and I stands up, and I to get out there and woo bang for her friend. And she was saying, oh, well, see, she's such a friend. You doxed her to VS. And then that's when Cruiser started talking, and a Viewers of View name came up, and like a Viewers of View say she didn't have a goddamn thing to do with that shit. And to quit putting her goddamn name in your shit, Cruiser. Okay. And and when they was trying to talk to her, she's a person that you can't get a sentence out good, because she'll cut you off with all that stuttering and shit she do. And she was up there, all that, where the people couldn't even talk. When they say 3 or 4 words, then she jump in. She tried to make her point so bad, forcefully, that she looked like a fool. And it is what it is. But I thought it was a great live for the people that's old school beef sector. Go over there and watch Deanna, the verbal assassin. Oh, another thing I found out, I think it was night before last, Pizza got her spaceship back. You remember it been talk out here in the beef sector that years ago they took her channel. Y'all, she got her goddamn channel back. She got the old spaceship back. So I'm thinking, because Deanna got her channel back after a year. But Deanna, they was contacting her. But on Pizarro, this was just like a gift from heaven, because all her old videos, she got all that shit back. All this line that Ness and Dory and others have been putting out here. She said she gonna start playing her old ass live and dispelling y'all lies. And I'm so glad. And Dory, that night you was real high. She said she gonna put that damn live back out here. She gonna put a whole bunch of shit out here. And I told y'all when Deanna got her channel back a couple of weeks ago, she got all that shit with Ness, all that Bizarro too. So hey, maybe they'll get Fab her channel back. Maybe they'll get Tracy some of her channels back. We don't know. And we don't know who are really, getting their channels back. But I'm talking about for the OGs like Deanna and Pizza. I think it's a great thing because, like I said, a lot of shit people telling these young folk, these new folk, it is not the truth. But the people that's been here know what the truth is. Okay. Let me see. And then, like on that live that the captain did over in the morning, they Callie and Candy, they were just arguing back and forth. Well, one of them told the other one to cam up. And honey, before they could say cam up, Gina fell out the cloud. And she was at cloud mount up hoes, cam up hoes. And honey, Gina turned her camera on. She got beautiful hair. And she had, took her hair down and let it come over her shoulders. She got beautiful hair. And so then Callie turned her channel on, her camera on, and then Asia turned her camera on. So all three of them cammed up. And ain't nothing wrong with that. And Asia, I can't think if it was at Duke's. The first time she cammed up in a long time was like yesterday. And she got a nice shape. She was showing her bud and all that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking that she'll be coming on camera more. And they say she have lost a lot of weight. See, I don't know how big she was, but they say she done lost a lot of weight. So good for her. You know. Well, MHB he went live. I think it was yesterday because see, I got kind of lost on these times, and he said that he was going to take Gina Mount Up channel because she has some of his videos over there on her channel. And so while he was live, he said he struck her 3 times. And then he said there was some other people that had stuff of his up. And he said that he was striking them too. And I'm just letting y'all know what MHB doing, child. Okay, and SD did a long live. I think I shared it. That live was about 9 or 10 hours long. That live was so long, people got they was coming in and out, in and out. And then like when he got, well, I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, now on his panel, throughout that 9 or 10 hours, he had Gina, Debbie, and Debbie is 88 friend. 88, Miss Fred, and now let me call all the people named down. Somebody named Bentel, I don't know who that is. Mink, the Captain, Trish, Toya, IGT, Candy Asia, Roasted Toast, Miss Witty, Jackie, Swedish Brown, Anella, Boom Gang, I think Boom Gang Asia, Royalty, DG, OG Bobby Johnson, Mahaya, Bubba, and OYB. And I probably missed some people because his lab was good, okay? And now I'm getting ready to talk about Miss Fred, and Miss Fred is the one that be coming on saying that she Fred, this guy named Fred that's in Mi'kmaq crew. She be saying that she his wife and that she's pregnant by him and blase this and blase that. Well, when Miss Fred hit the panel, because it seemed like she was with somebody. And then once she got to talking, come to find out she was in the car with 88. So she kept on talking and stuff back and forth and had a camera slip. So now we know what Miss Fred looked like. Miss Fred plays several characters, like when she hit the panel, sometimes she'd be Miss Fred, sometimes she'd be Miss Fred mama, and all that kind of bullshit. And Fred be getting so mad because he be saying, you letting this go on me? Like different ones he be on their panel, it gets him really upset. But she fooked around and had a camera slip. And she's a nice looking young lady. She had her hair in braids and stuff. She brown skin, like not a dark brown, a dark caramel, I'll put it like that. Nice looking lady. When she was talking like doing that top and had a camera slip yesterday. And I was so glad I was there for it. You know what I'm saying? I was really happy that I was there for that. And it ain't no big deal. She had her hair done and everything. Okay. And another thing, Fred, he got to see it because Fred was in the chat. So I'm glad that Fred got to see what she looked like, child. And Gina, I don't know what kind of relationship her and One Man Band got. But the other day, Gina said that One Man Band has sent her a lot of Uzi pictures of different people that have sent him Uzi pictures on YouTube, okay? And she said on a live a couple of days ago, because see, I'm skipping around, so so when I get to this part, when I go through my notes, I can skip it. But she said a couple of days ago that one man band had sent her a bunch of Ussy pictures. And she said that if the people didn't want their Ussy pictures out, they were for sale. That she'll not show them if they talk to her, and send her some money. And I said, what? And I wouldn't fall for that shit anyway. Cause you ain't the only one getting them. One man been sending them pictures all around. Cause he in a bad mood ever since he been back in the more three sector. But for some reason they cool, but then they fall out because she drug him on SD Live. And and like I said, they were just cool. But then, like I said, when Gina got on Duck Panel last night, she was threatening the captain with, that one man band was gonna fly out there and kick his ass for her. So I don't get it. And Wu was over there. She's such a bitch. Okay. Now she a person that makes up fake receipts, get Google pictures and say they you and all that kind of stuff. Well, she did that yesterday over there at SD's. Was showing him pictures of Ussies, sending them to him. And SD was like he was about to throw up. He was making gagging sounds and all of that. So I knew it had to be an ugly Ussie, even though I didn't see it. Okay. Well, they talked. That went on for like 7 hours off and on the live. Okay. And that's a long ass time. Well, Jackie and the captain came over there later on, and he was saying, "I don't believe that. That ain't nobody on YouTube." And Jackie was saying, "No, I don't. No." And so Jackie had left, but they thought Jackie was going to run the picture to see if it was a stock photo. Like a fake photo. It ain't nobody on YouTube. And come to find out, Jackie came back later on, and they said, "Well, is it the picture real or not?" And she was saying, "I didn't know what y'all talking about. I wasn't supposed to go check that out." She said, "Well, let me go. I'll go check it out now." Well, she went and checked it out, and it was not a woman on YouTube. Pussy. It was a person that had cancer downstairs, and that was the picture she was showing. So Wu would get a picture. But she done this shit before. Fake money. She ordered fake money one time and was throwing it all around last year. No, doing dumb shit. Now you could just not did that. And they was in the chat all day. They was guessing, is it cooling? Is it Wu? Is it China? Oh, that's stupid. She's an idiot. You know? To go on the line and get some Ussy and then say it's somebody on her Ussy. That's how evil she is. That's why I stay on her neck. Okay. Um, Meek hit the link and she didn't stay up there very long. She said that, you know, well, the SD didn't have very much to say to her because he's cool with Coolin, and Meek is trying to put Coolin in jail. She keep trying to put charges on her because they go to court Friday, this coming Friday, and what they're going to court for is Meek say that she's stalking and harassing her, so that's why she going to court. You know, she say she won't she won't Coolin to leave her the hell alone. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but when I find out how court went, I'll come on and let y'all know, child. And so me, SD didn't have very much to say to her. He kept asking her, "What do you want?" And he like you the op, and you know how the SD do. Well, Mick sat up there for a few more minutes, and then she said that she was gonna go. Wait a minute. She said that she was gonna go, because she didn't want anyone to feel uncomfortable about her being there, and she left. Captain and Wu got into it, and they was into it for hours over there, you know. And he get her all out of her body, you know. He told her she had a dirty cat, and then she was calling him a nasty DIC bitch. And wait a minute. And he was saying that she needed to get in the tub and all that kind of stuff. And he was on her ass so bad, honey, she flew from the panel. But he didn't stop dragging her. And of course, she came back. And the captain said that she sent, him dirty coochie pictures. And he said that she was mad at him because she got a dirty us. And he told her that if she take a bath, he'll leave her alone. He said that she wiped her ussy with a white towel and toilet paper, and they both came out dirty, like when she bought it out. But I told y'all about that shit. And he said that she had a mudslide between her legs. And Toya got up there, and she said that she had got struck, and she couldn't figure out why. Because she was doing commentary on the Diddy trial and this and that. But it don't have to be like a person or a content creator or a subscriber that strike the channel holders. YouTube can strike you. If something that you're giving an opinion on, I think if you don't say allegedly and stuff like that, but it's some touchy subjects out there that YouTube don't want you to talk about. And I think that she might have gave her opinion on something like that. And she was trying to figure out, what did I say? What did I do and stuff? And the captain and others was telling her, what it could be. The reason that she got struck. But they were saying that it had something to do with, she said something on her commentary that YouTube, they gave her a strike. But sometimes, they'll take your channel. Because like Noble, I think they done took some of his channel because he was discussing things that they don't want you to discuss, like the government and stuff like that. Like when the COVID was out, they didn't want you saying shit about that. Okay? You couldn't give your opinion or nothing about that on here. They will strike you, either take your page, and there's some political stuff that you can't discuss on here. Which, like I said, I don't do much about the politics, and I don't do much about religion because I don't want people prying into my choices on what I serve. I want to, serve and believe in religiously, and who I vote for. That ain't nobody business. And my mother told me that when I was a girl, that you ain't got don't discuss politics with people because it leads to, it can lead to a war with somebody that you don't even need to do. Okay, so it's nobody on here I really discuss that kind of shit with. Okay, let me see. Just a minute, I'm going. I got to go down slow because y'all know how my computer is so touchy. Um, and they got hold of to Trish over there, and the captain say she will be in his slideshow tonight, child. They ain't fucking with Trish over there. Which like the beef sector don't fuck with her. They was telling her to get out and over there to go back to the beef sector. We don't want you over here in the Mo3 sector. You done got kicked out of the beef sector, the black sector, and other sectors. You ain't shit. We don't like you, and all of that. And they said no to Belize. They said ain't no motherfucking Belize trip. They found it and caught on and all of that goddamn shit. Okay. So I'm so happy that the panelists are not letting her waste time on their panel talking about a fairy tale trip on about the fairy tale YouTube awards. She's taking up enough airtime for the last 8 years on YouTube talking about this bullshit that don't never come through. And I'm glad to beat the Mo3 sector people has finally woke up because the shit is old. Okay. And Captain and Wu got into it with the Captain and Toya. Wu got in Trish got into it with the Captain and Toya. And Toya kept saying that Wu smelled like an onion, which I've heard that before. And of course, Royalty, she got up there because she hate Toya with a passion. And she hate Toya because Toya had her coochie up in that pit on the video, on that vertical screen, and on his big screen. And she had them tight pants on, shorts on, and she had her cootie cat right up in the screen, okay? And ever since then, and now Wu and Royalty and this other girl, they, they ride or dies. So, any of y'all get into it with one of them, when Wu say, don't make me get my crew, well, her crew is Royalty and some other girl. Okay? So, because I told her to go get her crew when me and her, because I wanted to know who the crew was. It's good to know who your opponent is. If I get into it with Wu, it's good to know who her crew is. So I don't get no surprise attack. Okay? And that go with anybody. Okay? Um, like I said, this is a couple of days of lives that I'm talking about, and I'm going backwards. SD did on that live that he did yesterday, that was a long one. Him and 88 was getting along. But then they would get into it and then they would make back up. It was like that. Because 88 came in that live all the whole time. She was out moving around. She was like eating out and all that kind of stuff. Taking Ubers because they was drinking and stuff, which was a good idea. I was glad to see that. Her and Debbie, they was having fun. You know, they had a good time yesterday. But when it all, when she got settled and in the house, she wanted to twerk, she wanted to do this here and do that. I don't know if they had a bread and a bath and a bed and bath or whatever they call them things. I can't think of it right now. I don't know if she had that or either I don't know if she was over at some friend's house, but it was two people on that video. I don't know them people that she was with. Because they would get in the camera every once in a while. But I did know Debbie, so at least, she had Debbie with her, and they seemed to have a good time. Well, after being on live, off and on all day, she got hungry again late last night. And so they, SD was talking, and the people he was saying he was getting tired, he was going to go off. And then the people that saying, don't go off, and this and that. The people that was on the panel, well, child, you know what SD did? He dropped everybody that was on that panel. And then him and they had a long time, and they talked for a long time. And I hit the highway. Okay. Um, wait a minute. Okay, now on this live, this was the night before, okay? 88 was out partying at the club. And SD didn't like that. And he was telling her that your dress ugly and you need to find you something else to wear. And he was talking like that. And so 88 told him, hey, you need to unblock me. Well, now she I don't know if he dropped her. And then she came back. And so she was telling him, you need to unblock me before I go to your mama house. And he said, I don't care if you go out there, I don't live there. Do what you want to do. And then she was like fussing back and forth with him. And he dropped her again. Well, she hit the panel again. And of course they was into it. And she started twerking and he dropped her again. Well, she come back. And wait a minute. Then she was telling him, like she always do if she get mad, that she'll go live on him, you know. And SD told her he had a 5-bedroom house. And and then she was in the car, like leaving the club, and she showed him a guy that was in the car with her. And this and that. He was talking about he can't do it like me, and you love me. And she said, I don't love you, and you can't Fuck. And they was doing that back and forth with each other. Well, a little while after he seen the man, he dropped her down again. And child, SD started making love to his liquor bottle. He was kissing it, and how much he loved it. To love the liquor bottle, and you are always doing. I love you because you always there, no matter what I go through, my good times and my bad times, and give me a kiss, baby. And he was kissing the liquor bottle, and he was licking it. This was noises we could hear. It wasn't visually, okay. And I was saying, damn, Miss D. Playing, and it's the ugliest song. And the name of this video was The Bottle Girl, and the name of the song he playing is Bottle Girl. And it's the ugliest song you ever heard in your life. But he seemed to like it. And he say that this is another song that make him want to go off. Like when he hear Purple Rain, how he say he want to fight. Well, he got a new song, and it's The Bottle Girl, that he said make him feel like that. I was hollering. Do you hear me? So now I'm going into the beef sector. I went to Lemon Live. Like the live he did last night, I was like peeping, but it was like the same old argument with them ladies about the Discord. And like I said, when I'm in the Discord, that shit don't be going on. Whatever they talking about up on that goddamn panel, I ain't in there when that shit be going on. Okay? But the women are into it, and they just need to leave each other the fuck alone. Block each other. Don't be worrying about what the other one's saying in the chat. If it's affecting you like that, and I hate that Lemon is putting as much time into this when he come on line on the beef sector. I hate that he's letting this shit go on night after night after night after night, and they keep saying we dead it tonight. They've been dead it for 2 goddamn weeks. This don't make no motherfucking sense. Damn. And then one will come up there and talk, and then the other one come up, and then the other one, I ain't coming up there because I ain't got nothing to say. Well, you said shit out there in the goddamn YouTube sphere, but that's a waste of fucking time. I'm getting goddamn sick of it, you know. And I'm thinking about doing what I did the other time, just bouncing out of damn Discord for a while. You know, it's crazy shit. And all of them don't never be there to talk the shit out. Then the shit come on YouTube, all of them don't be there to talk the shit out. And I guess they be into it all over the beef sector and the do out today. And then they come to Lemon with the shit at night. He done tried to get them to make up and stuff, but I wouldn't. All they got to do is quit going around each other. And then the way it look, everybody damn near got a Discord, and they have people that don't like other people in their Discord. Ain't a damn thing you can do about it. But y'all need to quit bringing that shit out here on the street. That's the dumbest shit. I'm serious. I'm just sick of this. And like when they were talking about that bullshit last night, I hit the fucking road. Okay? Because I was not finna, I wasn't finna do that again last night. This shit been going on for too long. And I just got the fuck away. I got the fuck out and I went over the ducks. And then I went over the captain. Because see, I can support the beef sector, but like I said, when they talking about shit over here that I ain't want to fucking hear, I get the hell away. Because I don't have to sit there and listen to this bullshit. Okay? And Pizza was up there, and Pizza, Nika, Sour Patch, Ken, Audio Ghetto, Tracy, Octavius, they was all up there. I can't remember what night this was. And this the night Lemon drug Passer. He drug Malik and he also drug Ken. No. And Mika was saying that Queen Pisces need to shut up. You know, she making a lot of, it's a lot of the stuff is surrounding her. But to me, a lot of shit is surrounding all of them. I don't get this shit. And Chit Chat, they were saying that she need to shut the fuck up. Whatever going on, Chit Chat in it too. And Lemon was saying, no, Chit Chat. And they were saying, no, Chit Chat being all kind of shit. Just because you don't see it, Lemon, we are living the shit. Okay, and Audio and Ken got into it, which they have bad blood. They get into it all the time. Okay? But I'm so tired of them women with that bullshit. Because it done got on my goddamn last nerve, y'all. Ooh. Okay, and this is another night at Lemons. Let me pull it up. I went too fast with my. Okay. And on this live, wait a minute. No, this is Pizza Live. Pizza had a good live a couple of days ago. With Resto was up there, Passer, Themiso, Tulsa, Audio, Lemon, J Don, Shakim, and Frida, a lady named Frida. That's the people that was on that panel. And I'm going up. Wait a second. Well, let me speak. Hey, Olivia is. Hey, Nene Goat. Why they keep publicizing their Discord messages is beyond I don't know. Hey, Jay Parrish. I'm so sick of that. Hey, Bird. And I be wanting to hit Lemon Panel and say, Lemon, you keep saying this shit gonna be dead, but they coming up here night after night after night after night after night concerning Discord. They need to put that shit in Discord. All of them that's involved in this bullshit need to get in that Discord and tell what's going on. Because to me, the women just don't like each other. They just need to stay away from each other. Because I don't talk to people I don't like. I don't give a damn what they do. People I don't like, what the fuck? I don't care what they view. They do. Viewers of you, I was talking about you earlier about the cruiser thing, and that you were saying, keep my name out your shit. I'm tired of you bringing my name up in this shit that I wasn't in this shit. Now I talked about what you said, and then back and how she was backpedaling and pussy popping. Hey, Kenny, let's straighten it out, Kenny Lattimore. Okay, we got to straighten it out. Folks are going to get enough of sending body parts. Child, they so ignorant, ain't it? And then they get talked about like a goddamn dog. Hey, Mike Martin. Okay, let me see. Make sure I speak to everybody. Then I'm going back trying to get through this because, honey, I want to see. I want to be over at the captain when he. Hey, Dreamy Genie Blue, when he do his slideshow, honey. Mike, you know, Duke got his ass whooped. He walking around here with a big old eye, and the hide scraped off the front of his under his eye. Okay. Now let me get back in here. I'm trying to get through. I've been on an hour and 15 minutes. Okay, let me get it. Let me see. Wait a minute. Okay, wait. Now I want to discuss this here because I don't know if I got it down later on in my notes. But one night a couple nights ago at Lemons, Sour Patch and Queen Pisces, they had some words over there at Mika's. Now I didn't see Mika live, but they say she popping over there. She get a crowd, and I'm happy for Mika. But it was some things that has been going on over there between the ladies of Discord, and they getting into it like at Mika's, and I heard Barry Carey's, different places around YouTube where they hang out. And Queen Pisces and Sour Patch had Lemon Link the other night, and they got into it over there at Mika's about something. Well, when Sour Patch and her was trying to talk, Sour Patch told Lemon that Queen Pisces said that he was talking about how she looked and so other things. And Lemon said, I have never discussed how any of you ladies look. They can't put that on me. I ain't never called nobody ugly, and I ain't never talked about how people look and all of that. Now, he will talk about you being fat now. But like as far as the ladies of Discord, he said he ain't never said no shit like that. Well, Sour Patch was saying, Queen Pisces say you said it. Well, Queen Pisces was up there and shit. I never said that, Lemon. I never said that. And Sour Patch was saying, yes, you did. And she was saying, you're a liar. And I never said that. I never said Lemon said anything like that. Well, Sour Patch, you want me to get the recording? And she was saying, get it. Queen Pisces was telling, get it, girl. Well, while the person was getting it for Sour Patch, Lemon was saying, can't you ladies just get along? You say you didn't say it. I like both of y'all. I don't care what y'all do. I like both of you. I just wish y'all would leave this shit alone. Y'all need to dead in this shit. You got something you need to say, Sour Patch, to her? And Queen Pisces, you got something you need to say to her? And so both of them were saying at the line, everything cool. I ain't got nothing against you, Sour Patch was saying. Well, and Lemon said, well, do we need to pay the recording? And Sour Patch was saying, yeah. And then Queen Pisces said, let's deaden the shit. You don't have to play it. Let's just deaden it. But the person got the recording. And Lemon said, you want me to play it? Or y'all cool, y'all done made up. I ain't gonna even play it because I don't want the more shit to come up. And Queen Pisces said, yeah, we done dead this. And then the chat was saying, and somebody on the panel said, nah, play the shit, because we don't want to hear this shit later on. Play the shit. Let's get this shit over with. Well, Lemon said, all right, just go on and play it. Well, when it was played, Queen Pisces, you did tell Sour Patch that Lemon said she was funny looking and some other stuff. Now, you told Lemon on that panel in front of all them people that you never said that. But you did say that. Yeah, see, y'all be trying to make Sour Patch look like she crazy. Y'all just step back. Y'all don't get along. But like Lemon say, he didn't like you lying on him. And then when you asked about it, you lied in his face. But then it come out, you did say that shit over there, Mika, to Sour Patch. Are you trying to get him and Sour Patch into it, or are you trying to get Sour Patch mad to leave the Discord and leave Lemon? Y'all need to shut the fuck up. Y'all need to block each other and leave this. This is bullshit. And it's juvenile. Y'all acting like eighth graders, sixth graders and shit. Leave the shit alone. And what the fuck is y'all so into it for? If it ain't one, is cornbread, beans and cornbread, Sour Patch, um, Queen Pisces, Mika, people that ain't even in the Discord. Now, I mean, people that ain't even in it is in. Like Pizarro them. Oh my God, this is so stupid. And like I say, when I'm in there, I don't hear none of this shit. So I don't know where y'all, like I said, y'all getting a lot of this shit going out there in the YouTube sphere and in these other Discords. Because the shit ain't going on when I'm in there. Okay? Yeah, she talked shit about doing it. After it was played, then she admitted it, but then tried to turn it around and talk shit. And I was saying, this is fucking insane. You just making up shit that wasn't said. But see, the reason this is keep going on because they're not getting to the bottom of it. Like that when they played their recording, that got to the bottom of that. Okay, because we seen who was a liar. But to come out here and try to make it look like Sour Patch was lying and that Lemon said these things, that wasn't cool. George Goodman, that wasn't cool. And I don't care if Pisces hear this and don't never like. I don't know what. I don't know none of these folks. I don't give a fuck if they get mad. Hey, real low key. But they, I ain't got time for that shit. Hey, 2300 Jackson Street. I ain't got time for that at all. Just enjoy YouTube. Okay. But I think to me, like I said, I think enough time and been talked about that shit on Lemon's panel. Hey, Camp Me. You know, hey, watching from Cloud Nine. You can be what you wanna be on Cloud Nine. And like I said, when that shit, I get the hell out. I miss a whole bunch of stuff because I get tired of hearing the same shit on every panel. Okay, I get tired of that. You get on my damn nerve. So that's why I be over them on 3B sector. I'm just being for real. And like I said, they have new shit going on over there. There's some shit going on. The beef sector used to be like that, but nah, it ain't. And I was liking the content that was coming out, but they need some new shit. You know. Oh, and another thing that I can say this about Discord because I do not discuss what the shit I hear and all that in Discord. But the other night on Lemon Channel, King Kyos told him to take his mod stick, so he did. Well, later on, come to find out he had put Lemon Discord link on his community wall, and a lot of different people was trying to come into the Discord, and some of them made it in, but Lemon blocked them. He spent a lot of the time in that Discord getting rid of people. And I don't think nothing wrong with that. If you don't know them and don't want them in there, get rid of them because you got enough goddamn problems right now with the ones that's in there. And I think he's going to have to clean house some more. He didn't clean it enough. You know, I think he need to clean house some more. Oh, you've been watching Diddy Cap Me? Cap Me, I was watching that at the beginning. I was gonna be there every day, but that's bullshit. And I ain't going. I ain't going. You know, I'll be there with the verdict, but I ain't going. I ain't going at all. Cause what they got him charged for, they ain't proved that to me. You know, that's just the way I feel about it, and I have a right to my opinion. What they got the man in charge for? They ain't got him charged for kicking nobody ass. You know, they ain't got him caught. He's not on trial for abuse. But that's mainly what the goddamn trial is about. And they're going across sex trafficking and stuff. How is that sex trafficking? It's prostitution. He was buying bodies, buying men and buying women. People do that shit every day in the world. Because if it wasn't no prostitutes, it wouldn't be those sex stuff. And all them people was prostitutes. And when you get a prostitute, they do what you want them to do. And like I said, he is not on trial for whooping that woman. He done already paid her out. He not on trial for whooping her friend. That ain't got nothing to do with the racketeering, and that ain't got shit to do with sex trafficking. And that's, to me, is like his character. That's what they're, which he didn't have much to me anyway, because I always knew about the freak off. They can't do nothing about his character. He's just a nasty ass man. And there's a zillion of them out there. You know, if he would have been getting underage people, I could see that with the sex trafficking. But what he doing with these grown ass folks, that is not sex trafficking. That's just buying some coochie and ding ding. How they getting out of sex trafficking out there, I don't know. But they ain't proved shit to me yet. You know, now I'm being for real. I was like the same way on the Young Thug trial. All that time they was up there for, I think it was 300 and some days. They was putting shit up that didn't have nothing to do with no RICO. They were putting shit up that didn't have nothing to do with what they were charged with. That's why they had to drop the charges on the other ones that was left. They was railroading. That's all you could. They was railroading. It was a kangaroo court. And I reported on it. But on this Diddy shit, I ain't want to hear that. Ain't nothing but sex and ass kicking. And like I said, he paid her off about the ass kicking thing. So they're just doing his character to me. But that's my opinion. And everybody else welcome to their opinion. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Pista went live. Now, this was a couple of days ago. And on her live, she had Restro, Passer, Themiso, Tulsa, Audio, Lemon, J Don, Shit Kim, and Frida. That's I already said them name. Wait a minute. Okay, I did that. And Passer drug Lemon. And Lemon drug Passer. And then Lemon told him that how he had ran from Timothy Blaine. He wouldn't drop his plate when Timothy Blaine was going to jump on him when they was in Florida or somewhere for the show. And Pastor them, now I'm telling you, now this is what I didn't like. They was acting like Lemon was molesting or doing whatever with one of them guys that hang around them. Now the guys are grown. You know, by law, when you 18 or 19, you grown. Your mom them can't tell you what to do. But this boy's on dope real bad. And Lemon, you need to keep them strangers at your house. But that's you. That's your life. You live your life how you want to. He live in a rough, it sounds like it's a rough area where some of the people are on drugs. And, he be hollering at them when they come back. And sometimes he'll let them drive him to the liquor store and all that kind of shit. Or drive me somewhere to eat when he been drinking. Well, this little boy, he called him Michael Jackson. He have driven him to the liquor store before and stuff like that on live. But the boy came, walked by Lemon. He was sitting outside. Lemon was sitting outside, and the boy walked back, and he said something about, hey, you drinking again? Or you drink all the time? It was some shit like that. Well, the words went back and forth between him and Lemon. And Lemon said the guy like picked up a bottle and broke it and was going to, I guess he was going to cut it. But Lemon, you need to quit playing with them people. People get killed like that every day by people they don't even fool with. And you be drunk, you might say the wrong thing to them little young guys, and they mess you up. But the guy, Lemon threw a drink at him and all that kind of shit, and the boy ran off. Well, like the next live, the boy come back and they had some words, and he threw a drink at Lemon. So see, now they done got the throwing stuff and the bottles getting broken, shit like that. So the next step is gonna be physical. I believe. And I would quit fooling with them folks, but that's not me. Lemon like that stuff. Well, that Michael Jackson boy here, it got into it like up the street and wound up getting pepper sprayed. And Lemon said that's the reason that he didn't jump on him when he had that bottle, because he still had the effect of the pepper spray. So I'm glad that Lemon didn't jump on the boy. I hope they just be cool and don't be fighting. But Lemon met this Michael Jackson guy through another guy named Eli that he cool with. Lemon cool with. And it's a fucking mess. Well, some kind of way the boy wound up in Lemon house. And the boy had sit on the floor, but something was wet on the floor. And he said Lemon tried to get him to sit on the bed. Now, what they were trying to do, I don't know. But the people in YouTube land are trying to make it seem like Lemon is a pervert. And some people have called him a pervert. And they was acting like the boy is young and all of that. The boy is grown. If Lemon do have sex with him, which I'm not saying he will, but if he decide to have sex with him, them are two consenting adults. And why y'all making a big deal out of that shit, I don't know. But Lemon, if you when you be with your friend, do it off of YouTube. Because these people on here trying to make you look like you a pervert. And I hit the panel and tried to talk to you about it, because you act like you not be unaware of things that the people in YouTube are seeing. And you did that again the other night when I was saying, hey, Lemon, I tried to whisper to you, hey, Lemon, they trying to make you look like you perverted. They talking about the man booty, the pants wet and all of that. They talking about he a young boy. And I was talking to him just like that. But he like brushed me off again. And I don't know why I got up there and tried to talk to him about that, but I don't give a fuck. They could call him whatever the fuck they want to. I done said my part to him about that. Okay? But they was trying to make him look perverted. Pastor them was saying all kind of shit. So that was going on with that. And let me go on down. I don't like nobody to be called pervert unless they are one. Or pedo. Because that's hurtful to me. Now, it might not be hurtful to nobody else. Okay. Now, let me go down. Shit, this thing is so sensitive. Grandbaby in there, they eating dinner. Okay, well, and on that, when on Pizza Lab, Restro and Lemon got into it. Demiso and Tulsa got into it. Child and Tulsa called King Kong Tulsa a half of a man. And Demiso said, fuck Pastor and Tulsa, honey. She was on one. Because I guess her and Pastor done fell out again. You know, because I hadn't been going over the pastors. I'm gonna have to start back. But I get tired of that Tommy and Castro shit. And when I peep over there and they I don't even stop, you know. And I think that's his main thing he talking about. And the guests that he have on his page is Tommy and Castro. But I heard they have been physical again, like physically fighting again, and all of that. They say that came out over their own. What's his name? The guy that Pisa did a interview with the other day. Shamar. They say all that kind of stuff came out over there to Shamar's. But see, Shamar, you know, he would know more about that kind of stuff because they are gay. So I'm sure they have some kind of contact. But they said the way that Shamar was talking the other night that Tommy beats on Castro regular. But they say he's smart. Like when he laugh and they get into it, they say he don't do none of that stuff on camera that you just hear the licks and hear him talking to him bad while he's fighting him. And they say that both of them are selling their bodies for drinks. That's what I heard. You know, I guess when they get low on money, they get on the internet and get guys. Trying to scoop this damn thing up. Because it'll go all the way to the top if I don't hit it right. All the way to the bottom. Okay, here it is. Okay, now that's about all that happened on Pieces. And then it came out the other day, like at Coolins and other different lives that I was in the Mo3 sector. They were saying that Jackie was messing around with Eli. And Eli is big baby brother. You know that she left, they had her place while she was locked up. And then come to find out he stole $800 some from her. Well, they saying that Jackie was effing him. And I knew when Jackie heard this, she was gonna hit the roof. Well, when Jackie came on, she just said, look, I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. He is not my kind of man. You know, that he don't upkeep himself, like his nails, haircut, shave, dressing. She said he is not for her. She said, but he cool. And they would go out to the bar sometime. But she said, for us, them laying up, hey up till the now. That he ain't no time. And you all need to stop that shit. Okay, making lives like they really had sex. Them kind of lives was going on a couple of days ago in the Mo3 Beef sector. Several content creators talked about it and was saying that she was making messing around with Eli. But she said that no way. Y'all need to find something else to talk about. But that is not the truth. Okay. I went by YouTube cameras. This was a couple of days ago. J. Don, Lemon, Ken, Octavius was up there. And Ken hit the panel saying somebody was doxing Sonny out there. I don't know who it was, you know, but from what I hear, she have been doxed several times, but that don't get no excuse to dox nobody, you know. Um, and him and Octavius got into it. Uh, he drug Ken drug King Kaios. Uh, and Ken say that he heard that Sonny was being doxxed in Ness Discord. Now I don't know if Ness got a Discord, but I do know she have a Patreon. So I don't know if it was the Patreon or the Discord. I don't know. But you know, when he was discussing that over there. And then Lemon got on Ken about how he talk about kids in a bad way. You know, he known for that. And he doing it again. He'll make a laugh. I ain't gonna talk about kids no more. But then he'll turn around and do it. And they say he been talking like sexual about Audio sister. I don't know how old the sister is, but Ken and Audio got into it, which they do. They are enemies. You know, they get into it wherever they see each other at. Okay, now I went by Meeks one day. I go by there and check on her. Lately, she's been doing a lot of truck driving. We see her driving. She be driving the truck. And the other day, child, when she got to her destination, she had coffins in the truck, like 100 of them. But when she got to the place, it wasn't nobody to take the damn coffins off the truck. So she had to do it, child, like 100 caskets. And I was saying, damn. Well, while she was doing that, Gina come up there, and Gina was telling me, because she got to go to court this coming Friday with Cooler. So Gina was telling Meek that Mayor would be a good witness for her to take to court with her next Friday. Now I don't know if they're doing the virtual court, but if they're not doing the virtual court, that man ain't gonna come from the Dominican Republic and over here to go no court with me and nobody else. You know, be for real. And y'all, these are people that Gina don't like, and I just got tired of the list. But I'm telling you the list, okay? She did. She reminded me of Erica Kelly the other day when she was doing this. Now these are like bodies of people that she don't care for. She said the captain, OYB, Polar, Yana, not on my watch, royalty, but she was calling her royalty, uh, flawless world, which is DG, and she was calling him flawless bitch nigga. IGT, cooling, and she called her a knothead bitch. Candy Asia, uh, Panda bitch, and I don't know who that is. They say that IGT have dark circles around her eyes. She says hereditary, like her mama, it's hereditary. But and then she said slut nurse K, uh, straight like a dyke, and they're straight like that. But she was calling them. She wasn't saying nobody's regular name. Favorite snack, the fat prostitute, and that's what she called Big Baby. Three teeth, and that's MHB. Lot Lizard Granny, that's Woo. 713 Book Ghetto Boss Lady. And she that's all the people that I put down, but she had some more. And she gave on this last, she gave One Man Band one of her monetized pages. And she said when Sean G get out, she gonna get him a monetized page. She said because she should be working back in. Okay. And Mink has said that she was very energetic. This was another lie. That she was very energetic and that she was going on a liquid diet. And that's about it for that. But I was saying, damn, but Mink has said sometimes she do have to unload, you know, them diesel, the stuff off the trailer. Oh, I would hate that, child. And another thing I heard out in the YouTube streets, I don't know if it was at Envy's or where, but they say Restro like to have his wife to call people niggas. Now, Restro, you gonna get your wife slapped the fuck up when she come to the United States because you say y'all moving back over here. Now, if she gonna take her ass around here calling people niggas, you could just imagine, you just get ready for her to be getting the fuck slapped out of her. At least that, but she might get worse. It depends on the person that she call a nigga. But people really ain't taking that shit. We see that every day. Karens, a lot of them is on YouTube where people they call people niggas and spitting on them and shit, and they get the fuck beat out of them. I don't know what kind of nigga you is, but you need to have your wife watch Roots and them kind of shit. Birth of a Nation and shit like that. Okay, that's the kind of shit you need to have her to watch before you bring her ass to the U.S. And you need to have your daughter to watch it too. But you gonna get your wife hurt, and if you're teaching that little girl that, you gonna get her hurt. And if you try to jump in on them getting their ass kicked, you gonna get one too. Because that's fucked up. And they say the woman don't like to do it. Okay, but see, some women weak-minded, and they might, she might fall for that shit. But she needs to stay with her. But you need to leave her over there where she at. Don't bring her ass up to the U.S. Or you better take her ass somewhere where ain't no niggas at. But I wonder how your people gonna feel if she called them niggas. That's something to think about. But that is not cute at all. It's no excuse for it. I think that's dumb. And it just show you a nigga. You the one should be calling a nigga. And that's all I got to say about that. Now I went by 2300 Jackson Street one night because I do go over there. I might not be there when she live, but I do. I be in a lot of her replays and stuff. And I was over there. I went over there when she was live, child. And they were her and I guess it was her nieces or grandkids or whatever they were. Honey, they was singing. They was singing. And they was having a good old time. And I could just imagine them singing and dancing and stuff. And then she had said she was that she was a one-hit wonder. And they was just having a good time, child. And I stayed over there a long time. But I go by there. I like 2300. But yeah, I was in that line. I enjoyed it. Cause this, you can feel the love in that line. Okay, now Lemon, this is another live I went to. Rex was there. He wound up coming there. Audio, Conspiracy Theory, Tracy, Binary, Lolo, Peter Panakill. Envy, Malik, Brooke, RNY, Pizza, Mika, Uppity, and Cosmo. Malik don't care for Uppity at all. And anytime she in a chat or on a panel, Malik gonna get her. Okay? Well, he got her. And then he brought her down. He didn't even want her on the panel, child. He brought her down for so long. But she got to come back up there because, they do the minutes, him and Pizarro, either for the whole live and stuff like that. But he was just putting her down for like minutes. Okay? So, wait a minute. And Malik drove that Michael Jackson guy. They got into it, and he was saying that he had saved Malik, that white Michael Jackson guy. He had saved him before because he said that he was like at the laundromat and he was like foaming at the mouth and this and that, and whatever Lemon did to him made him come back to reality. And that's about it on that. And I think that's the night that Lemon got P-bomb because he got P-bomb. And like I was at Cooling one night, she got P-bomb. And when Cooling got P-bomb the other night, I think Justin did it. Yeah, he pulled his thing out. And that's why I be telling the people over here in the beef sector, do not let Justin up on your panel because whatever kind of mood he in, he might pull his thing out. And that's what he did over there uh, at Cooling. Now, I don't know who P-bombed Lemon, but Lemon had got P-bombed. Okay, now I left there and I went to Lemons and he had Sour Patch, Dr. Queen Pisces, Lolo, Trish, Ghetto, Binary, TG, Audio ZX, Dory, Malik, Joyful, On Purpose, Catherine Powell, Bad, I think Geronimo, Tulsa, NB, and Malik and Dory got into it and he had her drop for 10 minutes. Also, Lady Snoop was up there, Tracy and Voodoo. And this was another one when South Queen Pisces was saying she was prettier than Sour Patch. That's that live. And so Lemon, he just got tired of all that kind of shit. And he said that told everyone to keep their damn opinions to themselves. He was tired of people coming up telling him what to do. And he said he gonna run his show how he want to. And then he blocked Molly. Because I don't know what Molly was doing, but he was getting on his nerve real bad and he dropped Molly. Well, the other day after that live, Molly came back under MM, that name, and Lemon said, I know that's you, Molly, and this and that. And he wound up unblocking Molly. And I was glad of that. Because Molly messed with Lemon and Lemon messed with Molly. But Lemon just had a night he was not for it and he blocked the hell out of Molly. But Molly's back. Okay, now this is the live I was telling you guys about at Captain's when D.D. Jones was on there. And D.D. Jones was talking that shit, y'all. 88 was on there, D.D. Jones, Jackie, T-Topics, Candy, slash Asia, Duck, Woo, Swedish Brown, and Nanny Dog. And D. Jones, he was telling about the stuff that him and Nurse K talk about. And he was saying that Nurse K had put voodoo on 88. Wait a minute, no, Big Baby. And then he said that Nurse K was one of the people that was calling Big Baby's PO. And he said they be putting voodoo spells on people they don't like. I don't believe in that shit. I don't fuck around with people that do that shit. Okay. Now I know people around where I live, people do voodoo, but I don't fool with them. You ain't coming in my house getting nothing and trying to put a hex on me. And so I don't mess with them because it comes out if you're doing it. You're gonna tell it because you believe in it, or it's the people gonna hear it through the grapevine. So I heard through the grapevine years ago the people around here that do it, and I just don't fool with them. Because I wouldn't feel comfortable with you going to my bathroom. I wouldn't feel comfortable for you coming in my living room, and you sure couldn't go in my fucking kitchen. I don't play that shit. So I ain't in it. And Duck and D Jones got into it, and I don't know why, but Duck say D Jones be messing with him. And Duck, I really hate that you start messing with D Jones because D Jones had to gossip, and it was stuff that we wanted to hear. Big Baby say she had already heard all this shit. She didn't want to hear none that D Jones said. And I really hate you guys stop D Jones from talking because, like I Nurse K the other week when she was in that shit with Gina and OYB, she said that she had recordings that could put people in jail. And I wanted to hear what was going on because Nurse K name came up out of D. Jones' mouth and some of the things that he said that she had been doing. But they got cut off because of 80 Big Baby and Duck and all of that. I really hate that too. And Swedish Brown got into it with Woo. And Nanny Dog got into it with Woo. And DG got into it with Woo. Because Woo be getting Woo swings on everybody. And sometimes one of them lives I got up there, I was into it with Woo. Because I was writing in the chat. That was when Woo was saying that she was going no. Woo was saying a whole bunch of stuff, but I wrote in the chat and I did not put her name in there. But out of 500 people, she chose to, get what I said in the chat. And so when she addressed me, I went up there and cussed her black ass out. Okay. And then she was, she was up there calling Nanny Dog a pedo and he liked kids and all that kind of sexual stuff. And so what I put in the chat, this was Gather too. I put in the chat that one of her kids' daddy is in the prison for messing with young children sexually. And how the hell you gonna call Nanny Dog a pedo and you ain't showed no evidence of it? But on your baby daddy, where your child that you ain't raising living, that man was messing with like a 13-year-old. And they sent his ass to prison for like 40-some years. The shit was out over there in the Mo3 beef sector. They read the goddamn article and they showed his motherfucking face. And that's your baby daddy. And when that shit come out, why come you didn't go get your daughter from that living over there? Because he might do something to her. Why you didn't go get her? Because you don't give a fuck. And you left her right with her grandmother. On her daddy's side, bitch. And I don't know how your other kids living, but if something go on with them, them people over there in that Mo3 sector, like Judge Fifi, even though she's not from over there, she be over there all the time. Judge Fifi gonna find it just like she found your baby daddy, your daughter daddy. And when I put that in the chat, Texas 713 was saying, slow down, Paulette. I was saying, I ain't slow down because I'm telling the goddamn truth. And anybody don't like what the fuck I'm putting in here and what the fuck I say on the panel, I don't give a fuck. And fuck you too. Because her ass up there talking about calling people pedo. But we don't want to talk about her that baby daddy being a registered in the prison for 45 years, pedo. Bitch. And she got the fuck out from over there then. Because you get tired of hearing that bullshit. How you gonna throw a rock? You've been throwing rocks all goddamn day. But when somebody throw a brick at your ass, then you want to cry. And that's what she did over there when I started putting that shit in that chat. You hear me, Cadillac? See what I'm saying? How you gonna call somebody a pedo when your baby daddy a pedo? And that's just one of them. And you got 8 baby daddies out there, ho. Hey, Lexi, how you doing, child? Sour Patch. I talked about you too. I talked about that shit that's going on with you. How Queen, what's her name? Queen. Whatever the fuck, you know what I'm talking about. I put on there how she got busted out in her life when they played the record. Lemon, I've never said that. You said that. Lemon, I never said that. And it come right out of our goddamn mouth on the on the record. You hear me, Diddy Love? South Patch girl, they don't like you, child. You need to stay away from them bitches. You know they don't like you. I wouldn't say shit to them hoes. But when they tell a lie on me, I would do like you did the other night. But I'm getting so sick of that. You know, yeah, I don't know what to say. I wouldn't talk to them hoes. I wouldn't, because they don't like you, you know. And to get up there and just told her flat out lie. Lemon, I never said that about you. I never said that you said that she's funny looking. I would never say nothing like that. Bitch, please. You said that over there in Mickles and they played it, child. So I don't believe nothing you say no more, girl. Because you just sit up there and told a motherfucking lie. Okay? You told a goddamn lie, girl. You should have just said, yeah, my bad. I said it, Lemon. But no, they had to play the recording. Okay, let me go down. I'm trying to get the fuck done. I've been on here 2 hours, but when I be days like that, and I'm study telling y'all what I sing. Okay, now I'm at Coolins, trying to get through. Okay, now Coolin had IGT, Eve, Cali, Kitchen, 357 was up there on the panel, SD, 88 Justin Polar, OG Bobby Johnson, Donna Goins, Gina, OYB, Jackie, Juice Box, Mahaya. Now on this one, OG Bobby Johnson got bought down and DG got bought down. And they say that Christmas said that 88 Big Baby Daddy is Eli, and Eli's supposed to be her brother. And this when they was talking about Jackie was messing with Eli. See, I'm going back in time. Okay, and Jackie came in there and she was saying that's a lie. I ain't had nothing to do with him. Y'all need to quit this lie. And I'm glad she came into Coolin Live and let Coolin know, you know, this need to be stopped because this is not the truth. And when after Big Baby found out that her brother Eli stole the $800 with her from her, you know, she had to go to the police and to the bank. Well, he got mad and he showed her driver license, you know, because your driver license have your information, you know, on it. Well, he did a lab and showed that. And Charisma them, they did a lab, and Charisma is supposed to be Eli baby mother. And she said that Eli ain't her baby dad, but he think he ill. It's a fucking mess, and you know, she was talking about Big Baby bad, and she was talking about Eli bad. She was saying that Big Baby was messing around with her brother, and it was a mess. And so 357, him and Paula got into it. And then Justin got up there. He got into it with 357. And 357 was with the shit the other night, okay? He was one that He was telling them, come on up here, y'all. Whoever don't like me. So different ones was getting up there. And he was saying if they didn't like what he was saying about him down, he said, because he wasn't getting down. And if y'all punks that stand in the chat, y'all need to get your ass up here and drag, because this shit y'all doing down there, y'all is punk. Well, that's when Polar hit the panel. Justin hit the panel. And then he got put off because he started telling everybody he hope everybody die. He hate them. I want to shoot your brains out. He was talking like that. So that's why Coolin put him down. Eve got into it with Broadway. OG Bobby Johnson got into it with Broadway. And Snapping Turtle got into it with Broadway. And then Bobby Johnson said Duck, was crazy because he went to Texas. When he went to Texas to see Jackie the other week, where he said that Duck went all the way to Texas to see Jackie and didn't get no puss. Now, I don't know if he got it or not. It don't matter to me. And DG and Eve got into it, and I was saying, what? But evidently, I guess they done broke up again. I don't know. Because, they act like they broke up and then they be together. So I don't know what DG and Eve doing. IGT and Gina got into it. And Faith, that person, Faith, okay, what's their name? Faith with Purpose or whatever that name is, they was into it. Justin, and that's the lad that Justin Peabone Coolin on. That was a good live, but Coolin stopped it immediately, and she said she was going to clip it. What she was saying that she was going to get rid of the live, and people was up there telling her to hurry up and clip it. But you know what Coolin did? Started a damn another live, and it was 88 was up there. OG Bobby Johnson, Abubba, Royalty, Mob Ties, IGT. And, it was several people on there. And child, as D was drunk the other night, he made a live. And he was talking about he wanted a pretty purple dress to wear. And he was going on and on and on. But that was a drunk live. And he got rid of it. But SD, I seen that live. And you was talking about taking a dress and that purple dress and taking pictures and all that kind of bullshit. And you want to know why that gay shit be put on you? It's because you talk that gay shit. Okay. When Bill did a live and Big Baby was on the link, Gina, Vato, Rain, Woo, Room Shaker, Big Lack, Duck, OG Bobby Johnson, Trapping and Capping. Woo was into it with Big Baby. Nanny Dog was up there too. Woo was into it with Big Baby. She was into it with Nanny Dog, and she was into it with Swedish Brown. Somebody about Captain down. Vato and Rain got into it. And Bobby Johnson, OG Bobby Johnson was into it with Big Lack. OG Bobby Johnson was into it with Captain. And of course, he was into it with Duck. OG Bobby Johnson was into it with everybody, child. And Rodney did a live. You remember I told you the guys that I hoped he came on out and said about his dad? Where he did a live and his dad did pass. Okay? And people's giving him condolences. It was a good live. People just showering him with love. People was getting up on the panel saying they were sorry. About his daddy passing. Well, Ness about her retarded, fucked up, retarded illy formed. Uh, every bad thing you could think of a vile person. She got her black ass up there and asked him if it was okay for her to drag. Ness, that wasn't a time to drag. You crazy bitch. I stayed there for a little while out there and I got the fuck off. You can't stand to see nobody get love. You could have went live and drug whoever you was dragging, you dumb bitch. You should have let Rodney, the people that love him and support him, you should have let that shit go and let God work. You devil, you demon. You did not want to see that man get no attention. You did not want, he can't see that. But I wish he'd play that motherfucking live back. You was a dirty, low down, uncivilized, vile creature, Ness. And I hope that if something happened to anybody in your family, that Rodney and others give you grace because you sure did not give Rodney grace. You didn't give a fuck about his daddy dying. That's how much you care about Rodney. It's all about you low down, vicious tramp. Okay, now I'm getting ready to get the fuck out of here. I just wanted to share what I seen out here in YouTube, and I'm getting ready to get back out of here. And if I see anything going on, or I'll just put, uh, you know, share where I'm going. Okay, and this crazy shit that be going on this internet that we are all addicted to, child. But ooh, child. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Ooh, child. I want to have the captain with live because he's supposed to be doing a slideshow tonight. And I love them. Ooh, child. I'm hungry. I got to get out of here so I can eat, child, and spend time with my great grand. She in there having a good old time. I know she done ate. I got a lot of energy. But child, I'll see y'all next time. Okay. Bye.